everyone, good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger. We are getting ready across Central Oregon for more sunshine tomorrow and then a big warm-up. And that continues through Wednesday and Thursday just before our next system rolls into the Pacific Northwest. So buckle up. We are about to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. Look at what's been happening today, what's going to happen through the next couple of days, and break down some of the challenges that we're looking at in the forecast. All that happening in the next couple of minutes. So today's weather headlines include clearing and calming tonight. Temperatures are going to be chilly. We're going to be back into the 30s, a few 20s and 40s possible, and then through the middle of this week, a warm-up begins, and that's courtesy of a broad ridge of high pressure that's going to build into the Pacific Northwest. That's what brings a little more sunshine tomorrow, and then temperatures in the 60s with some 70s by Thursday, just in advance of our next system. That next cold front rolls in late Thursday. So a quick look across the Tri-County area, and from the Cascades all the way into the lower elevations, we have a mixture of sunshine and clouds. There has been quite a bit of clearing for parts of Central Oregon, but we're keeping those clouds in the mountains. Some snow continues to fall, and some light totals are still expected. Meanwhile, when we look at the roads, even though some sprinkles have been rolling through, most of our roads look dry across Central Oregon. We can even see some of those shadows indicative of areas of sunshine, and through the Cascades, some slick roads are even going to be possible tonight. So a quick look at satellite, infrared satellite, and I enhanced it a little bit to show where those high clouds are and pressure lines out there. So when we go ahead and, let me get rid of that. When we go ahead and zoom in, take a closer look at what's been happening, we've started to see that clearing line work its way through the Tri-County area. Now, winds are still gusty. You can see some of those isobars that are tightly packed at the beginning of this loop, and they're starting to spread out. So that means winds are starting to taper off. And when we look out over the Pacific Ocean, we have a lot more clearing that's going to be coming our way. But looking a little bit more at the bigger picture, there's a couple things I want to point out. First, we have a ridge of high pressure that is just to our south. That's going to build into the Pacific Northwest on the backside of today's cold front, and then we're already starting to track another low pressure out over the Pacific Ocean. This is the one that I was pointing out yesterday, hinting that that's going to be our next system, the one that pushes through on Thursday, and it's already taking shape, and it really rolls into the Pacific Northwest Thursday, and then Thursday night it rolls through Central Oregon. That's also going to bring some showers, a little bit of mountain snow, and stronger winds are expected once again. But when we dive in, take a closer look, today's trough or very weak cold front has been rolling through. A few sprinkles have been coming across parts of the high desert, and this is almost wrapping up. We're really starting to see it stall out and begin to fizzle, but we still have some showers through our Tri-County area, through the Cascades, a little bit of snow in the mountains as well. But as we go forward through tonight, we are expecting a few changes. So we're going to look at future road conditions. This product just takes what is expected from the forecast model, puts it into another algorithm, and shows us what the road conditions are going to be. So here through 5 p.m., we're still looking at wet roads in the Cascades. Notice a few specks of pink and blue showing up on the map, and I'm going to go ahead and center this a little bit better. But here through tonight, we start to see snow levels fall once again, and we're looking at some snow showers in the forecast. Also, times that it's just going to be pink, which means some patchy ice on the road. So if you're traveling through the Cascades, know that some slick conditions are going to be possible. But when we focus on the forecast model, it does show us a couple things. First, our front is fizzling. Second, here is our next low pressure system way out over the Pacific Ocean, just on top of my head in that video, and it's about 1,200 plus miles off the coast of southwest Oregon. Now that holds off until Thursday. So for tonight, the few lingering rain and snow showers, yeah, those fizzle out. We start to get some clearing. High pressure builds into the region, and then the tail end of a warm front pushes right north, right along the coastline. We are going to get the warmer air mass, just not much in the way of precipitation from that. And so Wednesday, 60s. By Thursday, 60s and 70s expected, and then Thursday afternoon, showers roll through the high desert through the evening and overnight hours. Some of this sprinkle activity continues. By Friday, some lingering moisture Friday and Saturday, as well as winds that are still going to be breezy at times. And that drop in temperatures also brings falling in snow levels, and we're talking a big drop in temperatures between Thursday and Saturday. So by Friday night going into Saturday, some snow showers are even going to be possible. Not talking about much in the way of totals. In fact, nothing to get excited about. That's just to illustrate that we are looking at that transition once again. And then, so going through, looking at the GFS, this is a long-range forecast model, not as high resolution, but it shows that chance of some snow showers Friday night going into Saturday, even in our lower elevations. And Sunday, more sunshine. By Monday, in and out clouds expected, but nothing in the way of precipitation until we get to Monday night and Tuesday. So this time, next week, some showers are expected once again. But between now and Thursday at 11 p.m., we're looking at a little bit of mountain snow, mostly rain in the lower elevations. And that was a high resolution forecast model. I think it overdoes it a little bit in the Cascades. But between now and 7 a.m., little bit of mountain snow, some showers. Not much happening until Thursday night going into Friday. That's when we start to get more precipitation and a little more mountain snow. Now let's talk winds, because it has been gusty. Gusts between 24 and 41 miles per hour this afternoon, just before the 5 o'clock show. And actual wind speeds are 15 to 25 miles per hour. So that's strong winds across our Tri-County area coming out of the west, and it's been getting gusty these last couple of hours. Everything to the left of this white line is observed. So starting around 10 a.m. it started to get breezy, and then it got gusty. But here through the next several hours, around and after sunset, we start to get tapering winds tonight, back down to a gentle breeze by sunrise. And a light breeze is expected through the day tomorrow. And then Thursday, with that next system, during the afternoon hours, as we're starting to get those showers, we're looking at breezy winds that are going to become gusty once again. Meanwhile, when it comes to temperatures today, really in the last 24 hours, we topped out in the 50s with 62 degrees in Warm Springs. And today, we're running warmer than we were yesterday. Just 30 minutes ago, these numbers in Jefferson County were higher. This is delta temperature, so change in temperature over the last 24 hours. And right now it's running 4 to 12 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. So we're sitting in the 50s, few 40s, and just about 30 minutes ago, that Warm Springs temperature was in the low 60s. Now, the next couple of days, we're all getting in the 60s, then topping out on either side of 70 degrees on Thursday. I brought this temperature down because that looks like some of those showers are going to come in earlier than we were anticipating yesterday, and so that means with additional clouds, with some rain cooling action, we're not going to get as pleasant, but those showers continue into Friday, some flurries and sprinkles Saturday and Sunday. But look at this, a true roller coaster when it comes to our temperatures, and starting to rebound again next week. We're talking 40s and 50s by the time we get to Saturday. That is a 20 plus degree drop in temperatures. And for tonight, 30s, few 20s and 40s possible, in and out clouds through Wednesday, but by Wednesday afternoon, more sunshine and 60s with the potential of a few 70s possible. Now, our 7-day planner shows that we get even warmer Thursday with some 70s definitely expected, then the showers roll in. It gets breezy, temperatures start to plummet, and we're looking at 40s and 50s Saturday, but by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, more sunshine is leading to our next warm-up, and more 60s by the beginning of next week. Then Tuesday of next week, another round of precipitation is in the forecast. So just a quick recap for everybody. Here are your weather headlines for Tuesday, April the 8th. Clearing and calming tonight, and it's going to get chilly. By the middle of the week, we are warming up, which is really tomorrow. We're warming up well into the 60s, then some 70s by Thursday, just in advance of that next round of rain. So not a long warm-up, not a whole lot of sunshine, but enough to get us through the 60s and into the 70s before we get rain again. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News at 5 and 11 on ABC, and at 6, 7, and 11 on CBS. We'll have the latest headlines and news, your most reliable forecast as well. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below. I'll do my best to get to them here through this evening. See you on air.